All right, your Halloween ghost is back again to host episode 148, the self-indulgent episode of Fine Music. And man, following up Fred is not easy. Not easy. You find some really good classics out there. And I chanced upon this one in my YouTube algorithm. Uh, the thing that attracted me to it right away was that it said it was kind of rock. It was a type of rock from 1972. So I thought that might be right in the pocket because usually when I listen to stuff that's, no offense, of course, that's like before 1970, it doesn't have the same sound quality. Is that fair to say about 60s recordings, unless they've been remastered?
Yeah, remastered.
Yeah. And I wish they would remaster more 60s recording because I have a lot of 60s recordings I love and they just need to be higher quality. But this one, well, let's let that cat out of the bag. Let's see. Let's see what my media player's been up to while I was introducing. Oh, good, it stayed in the right place. All right, so it's fully loaded. And man, I could almost do an episode just with what we see right here, right? Like the first Commodores album, talk about good funk. That's when they were their funkiest. And not sure these covers are jiving, though. Constance Dempsey does not have a picture of me on it. A little error there in the loading. And the contours, I don't think the contours are by Don McLean, that's, yeah, but some of these covers are right. But definitely Donovan is not have anything to do with Cosmos, which is a female band from Japan. I think they were in the 80s. But the one I want to hit is the one that is actually correctly labeled Creative Rock. That sounds like a category, doesn't it? That's the name of the band, Creative Rock. And they were listed as, on one album as psychedelic rock, and on the album as progressive rock. And that's really a good way to sum them up because they are a cross between that early 70s psychedelic rock sound and that just a tad later progressive rock sound, maybe they were influenced, although I'm not in love with all these titles, though. Some of these seem to be politically incorrect. Like if you call an album Lady Pig, that don't seem quite right nowadays. I'm not sure. And it's an instrumental track too. And I won't even go into some of the others. Like well, maybe I will. Palm Beach medium finger. What does that mean? Medium finger? Is that what I think it is? All right, so I guess they're unafraid of such things. You look at these titles. But the music, that's what really gets me. This is just quintessential early 70s rock. You put it on and you're just transported to 1972 to 1974. You really are. It's a combination of instrumental and vocal music. Each album, interestingly enough, has a 10-minute track, approximately 10-minute track. But I haven't had a chance to listen to this in depth. I really only discovered this one maybe 2 days ago. And my ears perked up when it had that sound. It had that sound and it was well recorded. There's another band called Guillotine. That's from France. And it's from the same time period, but the recording hasn't been remastered, so the sound quality is poor. But here, it's got good sound quality, obviously because their first album, Gorilla, was reissued in 1999, so it definitely got a sonic treatment. And the same may be true for Lady Pig, unless it's a vinyl. Maybe it's a vinyl. They'll tend to be more full-bodied sound. What else can I say about these guys? I don't know, I give them a quick look up. That's what I haven't had a chance to do. Got here just in time to do the show. So I'm going to do a quick look up of Creative Rock. And it sounds more, like I said, it sounds more like a category. So I don't know if I'm even going to get anything here. But I'm going to give it a quick go. Here we go. Just Googling creative rock. And maybe I'll throw in the word gorilla. That might narrow it down. Okay. The one finger typist types creative rock and then gorilla. There it is. All right, let's see if there's anything at all. Okay, here's, I'm learning for the first time who these people really are. They're from Germany. It's considered Krautrock, jazz rock. So those are two other titles. Krautrock, jazz rock, psychedelic rock, progressive rock. It is. A lot of styles in there, a lot of styles in music. So I'm going to presume they do not have a Wikipedia entry. They do not. Rate Your Music is a website that I've known about for a long, long time. It's where people like you and me can rate music, the people's rating. And I'll just quickly see if they got a decent rating. Let's see how off the charts they are. Gorilla. And when you look at the cover, you think, oh, the group's called Gorilla and the album's called Creative Rock, but it's the other way around. The group's called Creative Rock and the album's called Gorilla. Well, they got a 3.39. That's a very decent rating for that first album. And yeah, here's someone's review. This really is a good review. It's short and it's kind of what I just said. There's so much happening in this album. I found it impossible to get bored. The composition shifts pretty handily with each song. Not to the frequency of something like moving gelatin plates, which I've talked about here before. They're really interesting. But the variety of sounds at hand really displays a band on their toes. Personally, I'm greatly amused by the singing. The bombastic hollering fills. Yeah, fills out everything in a goofy but charming manner. Yeah, it really has that early 70s charm. Sounds eerily similar to the vocalist from a group I don't know. From what I hear, this is definitely a work more focused on execution than substance. Yeah, that sounds right. Lives in the moment and made for a very fun listening experience. Okay, so that sums it up pretty dang well. If you like that early 70s sound, you're going to like creative rock. You really are. That's what I can say about them. I bought those two. Those are the only two that were available.
Oh.
So, yeah, so I guess if they had a Wikipedia entry, I could tell you more biographically, but there's nothing here. There's just Discogs. One guy said they sounded like Hawkwind, but groovier. Yeah, definitely groovier. Discogs, right, is kind of like the IMDb of music, right? And I'll see if they say anything at all real quick. Maybe not, maybe not. They got the members' names, and they do sound very German. Got the album Gorilla, so yeah. Well, here's a negative review, but they gave the album 5 stars. Huh? Does that make sense? I'm going to read a little bit of this, okay? I apologize because here's the real analogy, okay? I should have wrote this down. Can I write it down? First, I'm going to go to my writing to prove I wrote it down. Yes, I did. Okay, here's proof, okay? I don't know if you can see. But at the end there, it says BS&T. You know what that means? They sound like blood, sweat, and tears. But right here, it says, I gotta read this guy's review. It's so hilarious. All right, fantastic album, marred only by a somewhat shrill, almost late 60s garage psych production. Interestingly, the horns are never over the top, but the guitar can burn your ears off at times. Drums are thin and bass cuts through in the lower mids without much bottom. Just kind of a wonky sounding record, but who cares? Maybe he didn't get the remaster. This is a weird stew of Farlow era Coliseum meets If, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Jethro Tull. See, there's so much going on. The music, and it's so fun to say, oh yeah, it sounds like Blood, Sweat, and Tears. mind-numbing acid guitar solos from Space Drop. Oh, from Space, drop in and shatter everything in sight. He's really taken by that guitar. 5-star review. Vocals are outstanding, powerful, soulful, fire hot. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, I said enough. If you're not convinced to try it, I can't say anymore. Thank you, Fred. Murray couldn't be here and Jim couldn't be here this week, but they're going to be back next week. So see you all next week. Thank you for your time.